It's another Sewing Sunday, and today it's a bumper edition with 2 projects in one video. What? So the first one is super quick. Say you've got a pair of pants like this, but they're a little bit too big. What you gonna do? Take them in at the side like a fool? No! Why do that when if you take the front, hold it 2 bits, bring them together like that, not only do you take it in, but you get a nice fancy pleat at the front as well. Ooh. And if you do this on that side and on this side, pin it and sew it, you'll end up with something a little bit like this. Fancy. But now for the second thing I'm going to do. I'm kind of both excited and nervous of this one because it's a bit more of a creative one. It's not just like taking something in, it's actually making it into something else. Ooh, here I have this dress. Pros are I love the colour. The colour's really nice. I love the material. Cons are I don't like the fit of it. It makes me feel a bit frumpy and bleh. And also because of where the buttons are at the top, like if I wear it and hulk out, I just kind of go pa-ching, which nobody wants. Nobody wants that. So what are we going to do to this? Well, because last week I made such a marvellous plan that worked so well, I've done another sketch. So here we are. Here's what we currently have. Like I said, crossover, buttons go down the kind of side with a tie. It is longer than this, I just drew it too big. And we're going to turn it into, whoa, a kind of pinafore style dress with the buttons down the middle instead. How are we going to do this? I don't know. Let's just make it up. Skirt top. Now, I've just put this top half bit on backwards, which looks a little bit like a straight jacket, but also is good because it kind of has, if I just back up a bit, kind of already has the shape that I need at the front if I just cut off the top. Because I've got this string, like the belt from the dress, I think would make some good straps. So I can possibly just use the front of this, or the back of this even, as the front. If I just cut it off like there. So I'm probably going to get a pen and just cut it and go for it. Ooh! Cat. Of literally all the places to sit in this room, and this house even, where you have many chairs and beds to sleep on, where do you sit? Right on my skirt piece. Why, Cat? Why? I've cut out this front piece to the right shape, waha, and I've got a kind of just a square. This was the sleeve, one of the sleeves that I've just cut into a rectangle shape to make the back. What we're going to do is just fold over all these cut edges and sew them down so that they don't fray and they look a bit nicer. But a pro tip for if you're sewing anything is that most of sewing is just ironing your materials. Whenever you're doing any seams or you're like folding anything over to make it nice edges, just iron it and it makes it so much easier. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So now I've got top part all done and I'm just attaching these straps to it. A good tip if you ever put your straps on something is always pin them at the back first and then pin them at the front, just because it's easier to see what you're doing. I pin these on the back, I kind of twist it around, pin them at the front, twizzle it back around so that at the back. And then now it's so much easier to kind of pin where they need to be at the front rather than trying to do it the other way around where you kind of pin it at the front and then I like, to get it back. Don't bother, just pin from the back and then go to the front. All good. He's upset with me now and now he wants me to open the door, even though he has a cat flap right there. Can't just use the cat flap. Yeah. Or just lick yourself. That's always a good alternative, isn't it? So now I've got the top done. I've added a little zip on the side as well. And there, so I can open and close it, and left the string on it so I can add the skirt on. It will zip up at the side. I've taken off the buttons that were on it from the top as well because they're really nice, like pearl buttons. So I'm gonna sew these down the middle of this. Then it's just about adding the skirt on, and then it will possibly be done. Good cat. What do you think? Here we go, so it's the next day. I'm finishing this off. It's really cold today as well, so I've got my comfy jumper on, which is really nice and cosy, but I have realised that I've got the top on it. It's like the exact same colour, so it's kind of hard to see. I don't technically have to wear a jumper underneath it, but it's just really cold today, so I'm keeping it on. And now the job is to attach the skirt, which is freshly ironed. So basically, this is quite easy. I'm just going to wrap it round. I'm going to pin it in place where I want it to be. Then it'll sew it to the body piece. Alright, here we go. Now the skirt is attached to the top. Yeah! So all I've got left to do is put these buttons down the front and then just neaten up some little bits, like just neaten up the top of the zipper on this side, get rid of all the random threads that are hanging off. It actually took me a lot longer to put this skirt on than I thought it was going to.
This is quite easy.
Just trying to like pin it in a circle and then take it off. Like I'd pin it to myself, but then I'd take it off and all the pins would ping out of it and I didn't know what was going on and I tried to line it out and it didn't work. But like an hour and a half later, I've done it. Yes. So let's put the last buttons on, tidy up these bits, and then see what it looks like all made. How could I forget? I want to put pockets on it. Oh yeah.